Hello, good morning. Happy Wednesday to all out there. Welcome into the PHLY Phillies podcast. I am Jamie Lynch. With me, as always, Renee P. Washington, Tyler C. Charles, right, and Zuli. Welcome in. Happy frigid, freezing Wednesday morning. I got in the car this morning, and Renee, I know you have to do one of my least favorite things in the world after the show today. Which is go get your car worked on and fixed because you always feel like whenever you go to the mechanic, it's just going to – every time I go, I'm like, great, I just lost $2,000. Like something's going to be up, some kind of catalytic filter converter, something
that's
or
always
other.
Dangerous and has to change right now.
Just like they highly recommend you do it. So you got to go get your car worked on, which is horrible. But now I have a man in my life. I have a mechanic man that I trust with my family's life.
Wait, do they work on my type of car?
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
work
going
on
to say
all
my
cars.
type of car.
He's
I don't know.
He's just a gas station / repair shop mechanic. Nice Italian man named Luigi that I trust implicitly.
Luigi.
He's a sweetheart.
A brother named Mario. Weren't they car mechanics?
Yeah, no, they were plumbers.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But he's out in Bluebell. If you ever want to come that way, I can get you in with Luigi, and I trust him. So best of luck to you today. But it is officially winter because I got in the car this morning, and it was the old low tire pressure.
Oh, it's that time of year. Provolone John,
cold.
welcome in. Provolone John's quite a name, by the way. Listen, it is that time of year. Also, I got in the car and I went to drink my water bottle and it was frozen. This is the time of year you actually can save on your refrigerator. If you want to just sit stuff in the car,
so yeah,
it'll stay cold.
Beer.
I love that.
Well, now it's getting to the point where it freezes. But right up until this past week, leaving water in the car, when you take a hit in the morning and it's like
refreshing.
It like chills your lungs. It's so cold.
Might freeze your teeth and everything on the way through, but it is very cold.
It is
But
good.
I will say I'm very irritated that I have to go get my car. I avoid any appointments, doctors, dentists, car. I avoid it all. And my question is always, is this life or death? Am I going to die? How soon do I need to get this fixed without it being something that's
Can
dangerous?
I push this for a little bit?
Right. If it can wait a few more months, we're waiting a few more months. But if it's something like I'm going to drive right now and my car is going to fall apart, okay, maybe we should fix it. But
yeah. So good luck today.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I got my business look on because I've noticed that you have to go in a certain way. If I look too young or I look too old, they're going to try to treat me a certain way.
So it's kind of taken, like when I started out in media and, you have to get past a lot of security and credentialing and all that.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me a great piece of advice. Shout out Dave Brightmeyer out there. He said, just always look miserable and nobody's going to question you because they'll just assume you're there for work.
Oh, that's okay.
So
that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Walk in. Get your game face on, chew a little glass, look miserable, look mean, look tough, and say, no, I'm not paying for any of that.
Okay. I actually go literally the opposite approach. I go the complete
maybe listen to
opposite.
a little AC/DC before you get in there. Get yourself bumped up.
Cars.
A little thunderstruck or something.
So I actually go the opposite approach because what I've learned in life is if I just walk like I know what I'm doing, smile, and have this important look, people all of a sudden will do anything. It's quite. I think it only works for women, to be honest. I don't know if it works for men.
Yeah.
But I do that most times when I go to arenas or anything. I find myself, even if I don't have a credential, I'm just in a spot I'm not supposed to be because I just act like I know where I'm going. And I just keep walking, don't ask questions, smile.
It's kind of the same thing. Ours is just look mean, but just look like
look
you
like a boss.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You carry yourself the right way. So that's it.
So get into that car shop today.
I have to wear something a little bit more I look important when I show up to the car dealer. I notice if I go in sweats or something, I look bummy. They're gonna assume that I don't know anything or whatever. I gotta look. I have to make sure I'm speaking articulate, educate. Yeah, it's all the little games. It's sad. It's super sad.
Don't take no shit from no one.
None.
Yeah, so we'll hype you up before you get out of here. Good morning to everybody in the chat. Dave P, Provolone John, Jim are the first in here.
Jim Burtz, welcome. We've got Provolone John and Jim Burtz, some new friends. Welcome in. Yeah, we're talking about car dealers and stuff, but I guess this is a good time to maybe move on.
Yeah, there's a lot in the rumor mill involving the morning MLB Hot Stove that we should get to, and none other than, of course, the desperation of the San Francisco Giants. And a report comes out that they are, Tyler, can you get the exact wording for me here? With their whole heart and wallets going in for either Yamamoto or Otani. I think more of a gear towards Otani.
Yes.
To put some butts in. Is that the direct quote from, I believe it's John Morosi?
The quote is, sources tell me that the Giants are set. They are devoting their whole heart and finances to landing one of Shohei Ohtani or Yoshinobu Yamamoto in the coming weeks.
Whole heart and finances into Otani or Yamamoto.
It's the heart for me.
Yeah. That just tells me their blank check is going to be as big or bigger than everyone else's, because the thing about San Fran is they do have an owner that's willing to spend. I wonder, I feel like the Dodgers have so much money tied up in the team already. Like, I don't want to say they're not going to get Otani, but it almost feels like San Fran is very alive for him, because they might just be willing to write that $550 million check, which is crazy.
Yeah. And listen, for the Giants, they're still feeling the frustration of Aaron Judge, of Carlos Correa, of, some interesting issues that they've had.
John Heyman told me in the past that Aaron Judge was going to the arson judge, I believe was the actual tweet at the time. Arson judge and the San Francisco Giants.
Had a great year for the Giants last year.
Yeah. So the Giants, it seems like they don't want to repeat the same mistakes. And listen, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. They don't want to get burned again. And so, as John Morosi's been reporting, they want to go through the whole offseason song and dance, and they're hoping to land them. And they're really leaning in this time with all they've got. But full hearts to me just makes me chuckle. Like, is anybody going into it with half a heart?
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean? Like, we're going to pitch you on everything that there is to love about playing with the Giants. We're going to give you all the money you want. We're going to talk to you about all the great food spots. Like, what does that even mean? What are you pitching? So it's just interesting because, again, as we've talked about, every day on the morning hot stove here at PHLY Phillies podcast, there's always a new team that's a front runner. The Yankees have consistently been in the conversation. The Dodgers and the Giants are like, don't forget about me, because we also are very, very interested as well. So I know I did see a quote for an ownership group that's looking for their chance to really stamp their time on this organization in the post-Buster Posey era for them. This is the exact right player at the exact right time for the right franchise for the Giants to go all in on Shohei Ohtani, Morosi also commented. So it's all the rights. It's the right time for the right player for the right franchise in their eyes.
Yeah, if I was what is his name, Khan? The owner, I forget, San Francisco Giants, whatever. It's irrelevant. Who cares? He's got a lot of money. Some rich man.
Some rich man that's not.
I would honestly do like some wild outside the box stuff. Now, somebody in the Dave Dewar is like San Fran West Coast, which is a preference for a lot of Japanese players. True. Yeah. But here's where I would go next level. I would bring in like a top Japanese chef. Or sushi maker.
I was going to ask, like, what does whole heart mean to you?
And be like, hey, we're making half of our clubhouse food Japanese themed. And I would bring in somebody like big time. Like, who was the guy, Yuri Dreams of Sushi? You ever see that documentary movie? No. He had like one of the top sushi places in Japan, but it was in the bottom of like a subway station. Okay. I think it's Hero Dreams of Sushi. And anyway, he spent like 50 years perfecting rice. And his son had worked for him for like 30 years, and he wasn't yet qualified to be the rice maker. And it's like the greatest sushi in the world, and I really want to try it. I would like go hire somebody like that.
Okay.
I would go poach some talent from like one of the top, like find out whatever Ohtani's favorite dish is, whether, and I'd go hire that chef, and I'd make him the clubhouse chef, and I'd be like, Shohei, come here. I got you. Whatever you want. Short order chef. I got Renee coming in from Philly. You can slip in her DMs. I got you this world-class ramen chef. sushi chef, whatever it is you want, I got you. Like
not you pimping me out.
Well, you said you were open to it.
Yeah, but it's different when I said it. You just pimped me out. But I mean, if you insist, sure, I'll be involved in the bargain.
But like, if I was giving my whole heart to Shohei, that would be like the type of stuff I would do.
That's what I would get outside the box. Whole heart is like it's beyond business at that point.
Yeah,
like you're schmoozing, you're schmoozing on
like nostalgic and heart,
Food, like whatever their hobbies are. Okay, I know Yamamoto was playing golf at one point when he was visiting the United States. Obviously, I believe Shohei also likes playing golf. Maybe we're gonna have you guys.
Is he a golfer?
I remember seeing. Oh no. He was him and Yamamoto like months ago went out to dinner together. I'd find out, what did you have at dinner? Yeah. What's your favorite drink? Yeah. Let's make sure we can get that. We're going to have a drink that's named after you. We're going to have maybe a range or something like those virtual ranges that you can have.
Oh, that's one of my dreams.
Oh, those are so cool. Those are so cool.
I want those in my house.
I think maybe you say like, we're going to add some stuff into the ballpark. Like the clubhouse is going to have maybe some more activities for you. I don't even know. We're going to fly in your family. Your family gets their own suite when they come to the games.
That's what heart means.
Heart is like family, food, and fun. Like the 3 Fs.
Yeah. So that's why if I was San Fran, I would differentiate myself from every other team by doing something wild like that.
Here, I like that, actually. I would
want
take
a private
that
jet? Here you go, man. Sure. Take one of mine. I don't care.
You're going to get your own, like, whatever. It's convenience. Maybe, like, we're going to help get you housing that's in this specific spot. I don't know who from San Francisco, people-wise, like celebrity-wise, you can bring in to help add to the schmooze.
Yeah.
But we're going to get you guys your own driver, and you're going to have your own, like, entrance. Sure. Like, I don't know. We're going to roll out all the red carpets for you.
So we'll see. San Francisco Giants apparently are going to do whatever it takes, their whole heart and their whole wallet to get Shohei Ohtani. So that's kind of the big news on Ohtani Watch. I feel like we're on Panda Watch in Anchorman
Panda.
Today on Ohtani Watch. So the San Francisco Giants, who knows? And I know there's some concern. I think I read about the right field porch for power hitters in Oracle Park there. So we'll see. I think Ohtani hits bombs and he doesn't care about that type of thing.
Well, the other irony is as every time we hear reports about one thing, we also hear conflicting reports. And I know Will Lynch, who writes for Major League Baseball, put out a piece. This actually was later yesterday and was listing the top 5 possible landing spots for Yamamoto, and none of them were the Giants. But it was the Yankees at number 1, the Mets at number 2, the Red Sox at number 3, Dodgers at number 4, and the Cubs at number 5 for potential landing spots ranked in order.
All he has to do is go to Chicago in the winter, and he'll be like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, the Chicago's winters are brutal. They're not even like pretty fun.
Yeah,
colds.
No. Like if I'm Chicago, I'm like, I'll see you at the winter meetings. Don't bother coming here right now in early December. We're just, forget about it.
That's absolutely.
We'll see you in Florida.
Absolutely. But then other reports have said that the Giants are the team to watch at winter meetings. That's one of the recent hot stove rumors on Major League Baseball because of course, John Morosi's reports that the Giants are the team that's definitely been a little bit more aggressive now because they don't want to have the same mistakes they made in the past. They want to make sure they're landing one of these top free agents. So keep an eye out for those Giants, even though some reports do not even have them on Yamamoto's top 5.
Sneaky. So not much Phillies news and rumors out there, but there was one Phillies-related news story yesterday, I guess you could call it that, and that is Adam Hazley, the first-round pick of the 2017 year, number 8 overall, has been designated for assignment by the White Sox.
Yeah.
And, whatever. Tyler, I know, was a big fan of Adam Hazley pick at the time because he was a college player from the University of Virginia. He was just, I don't want to say 5-tool player, but he just did everything pretty well, from defense to throwing to hitting to speed on the base path. He was just a well-rounded player that you'd hope would kind of translate up. Never did. A couple other people really liked the pick at the time, too. But it makes me just think about the Matt Klentak era and how much they dropped the ball with developing the farm system. So Hazley was the 3rd straight first-round draft pick, Phillies outfielder, which was a complete whiff. They took Cornelius Randolph 2 years prior to Hazley at number 10 overall. And then he ironically went to the White Sox as well and is now playing independent ball. And then, of course, Mickey Moniak the following year in 2016 at the number 1 overall pick. So 3 straight years, 3 first-round draft picks on 3 outfielders. Massive, massive failure. And Dave Dombrowski and, the staff had to not only make the Phillies a World Series competing team, but they also had to fix the farm system at the same time. So they took on a tall order here because Matt Klentak and team really left this place in shambles.
Without a doubt. And for Adam with that deal with the White Sox, so the move is due to the addition of infielder Paul DeJong. And with no minor league options left, the only other option was for the White Sox to put him on the big league opening day roster or make this move. And as you mentioned, Adam, at the time when he was with the Phillies, was a part of the trade in 2022 to Chicago for minor league pitcher McKinley Moore. But it reminds us of how far the Phillies specifically have come, because I know we have, myself included, been very frustrated with the fact that the Phillies have fallen short and been so close. But prior to the World Series run last year, and even, of course, this past NLCS run, the Phillies were in shambles. It was like, what farm system?
Yeah.
You didn't have the young prospects. I know we've talked about potential trades involving prospects and how they can be, how their future should pan out. But at least the Phillies have some that you can even talk about as top prospects. You look at Painter, you look at Orion's future. You look at even Johan Rojas' future. There's a lot of youth that the Phillies have been developing that is a bright spot, because the future is encouraging that they're at least taking that time to develop. That was some news.
Yeah,
some minor news.
The first round pick, or the second round pick, excuse me, after Hazley, or was that the Moniak year, Tyler? I'm cross streaming here with Spencer Howard.
No, he was 2017.
That was the right.
That was the Hazley year. Yeah. So they went Adam Hazley and Spencer Howard. And let us not forget, when we talk about prospects and trading and improving the big league club, that Spencer Howard was once thought of by many Phillies fans to be untouchable. Just think on that. My man probably right now is in need of a peanut butter sandwich after he lost energy running to first base. But you know who doesn't lose energy running to first base for you? That's the Game Time app. The Game Time app is the fastest growing ticket platform out there, and we got an offer for you. If you use code PHLY, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Buying tickets to your favorite events shouldn't be stressful, and Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sporting, music, comedy, theater tickets, whatever you might need in your area. They have killer last-minute deals with the best price guarantee. You can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for all the fun you're going to have. Game Time is the place for last-minute deals. Forget planning months in advance. Game Time will hook you up right until the day of the event. Get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and plenty more. The Game Time guarantee means you'll always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PHLY for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Well, Jamie, while we're talking about the untouchables, I know in the chat, Greg MC was saying he was very high on Spencer Howard. It's a fair point. Dave was also saying almost every untouchable the Phillies have had in their farm system has been a bust. Dom Brown, Kyle Drabek. But that's something I know we talked about after people were questioning why in our hypothetical trades, we would talk about trading youth prospects, because of the exact reason that we're referring to. I mean, you look at Hazley, and as you mentioned, 2015, 2016, 2017, miss on all those prospects, and you just don't know how they're going to pan out. There's no guarantee. There's injuries.
No.
There's development. You're hoping they're going to reach their ceiling, but there's plenty of times, not only for the Phillies, but athletes in general have these huge expectations coming into professional sports and never pan out to be that way. Zion Williamson, as I was just watching him play the other night, great example of someone that had all these injuries and then chaos and never really mattered. People had him as the next LeBron coming into the NBA. Bryce Harper, that's why we love Bryce Harper, because he's someone that did pan out and exceed expectations. It's so difficult, which is why when you have opportunities to trade or move for someone like a Shohei Ohtani or even a Yamamoto, who you have a better idea of what they're going to do because they've already proven themselves. That's why you go all in with your whole heart if you're the Giants. I know people are saying they'd put a whole Ben Franklin wig on. Oh, they would rename King of Prussia to King Shohei. Shohei, like, that's why you go all out. And it has me wondering, like, what would we do for the Phillies to be able to bring in another big name and someone like Shohei Ohtani to give our whole hearts? Because it is exciting when you know what you're going to get from a guy versus having to take a chance on someone. That you go after them.
And Dave Dewar in the chat says almost every untouchable the Phils have had in their farm system has been a bust.
I love when you do that.
Yeah.
What did you read?
The exact one. And I meant to read the other one. And he said the keepers are the ones that sneak through, like the Stotts and Bohms of the world. But again,
I mean,
Bohm was a first round pick.
I don't think Bohm snuck through.
Yeah, you expected something from him. Stott was what, a second round pick? Maybe first?
No, Stott was a first-round pick.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick as well. But yes, those guys are your crown jewels right now. So, when you talk about prospect versus proven commodity, Devin Williams is up for, I don't know, this award called the Reliever of the Year award tonight at 5 o'clock versus Josh Hader and some others. So it's like proven commodity and it's all about, it's a fun baseball discussion. But the fact of the matter is, it amazes me how much Phillies fans who have been hurt by so many untouchables throughout our lives continue to overvalue prospects. And I'm not saying that all prospects, like some become Mike Trouts and some become Bryce Harpers. And
that's the
there
thing.
are
You just
great
don't
ones.
know. You
it's
have
a
no
really
idea.
hard, it's an inexact science, much like the draft is.
How many times have you seen let's just look at Philly sports specifically, not even just other teams, Philly sports specifically, where a guy gets traded and 2, 3, 4 years from now, Drew Holiday with the Sixers, you're like, oh crap, wish we had him on the team. Because you just have no idea. And then there are other times where you're like, oh wow, we really dodged the bullet on that one. But Devin Williams, who was a rookie of the year, relief pitcher of the year already, and still up for accolades, why not have the ability to go all in if you can for someone like him who's already proven himself and already has had opportunities to show what he's capable of doing. So yeah, it's just, to me, I actually prefer the sure thing. I don't like a gamble.
Yeah, and I think this is all a credit to Dave Dombrowski and Preston Mattingly and Brian Barber for how much they've fixed this. That, again, we have several untouchables, and Justin Crawford is close to being an untouchable player for me because of how much he excelled this year. Andrew Painter is, just because so many people in baseball that I respect have deemed him as filthy. Mick Abel took a step back this year. Do I deem him an untouchable? Absolutely not. Griff McGarry, we once thought was going to be one of the three-headed horsemen that the Phillies have in the future. He's now fallen out of their top 10 prospects. So it's a fickle game, and seeing the Adam Hazley news just reminded me of Matt Klentak's failures. Like it at the big league level, like there were some things he did that I agreed with, a couple moves he made that I agreed with, but they just failed massively to develop the Phillies farm system. And Dombrowski, Barber, and Mattingly had to, come in and clean that all up. So Adam Hazley, designated for assignments. Won't see him no more. So in the hot stove yesterday, there was a lot of rumors, and the Toronto Blue Jays GM, I thought this was interesting little nugget from Ken Rosenthal. The Toronto Blue Jays GM had to come down and shoot down rumors that they are shopping Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette because teams have been calling the Blue Jays about them. So he came out and said, those are unfounded. Yes, some teams may have called about them, but we're not looking to move them. Another name, which is a little different from Bichette and Vlad Jr. that was getting some calls, is Alex Bregman. He only has 1 year remaining at high money. The other two are more affordable, younger, yada, yada, yada. But Ken Rosenthal goes on to say that a lot of teams are calling about these types of guys because there's a lack of quality bats on the free agent market. which leads to these kind of speculative trade calls by GM to GM. So, that's why I think trade talk is on the table for the Phillies. And the winter meetings, which are next week, so soon is really when these things probably will ramp up. So my interpretation of Ken Rosenthal's story on The Athletic last night was that trades are very much going to be on the table this offseason because teams don't really like what they're seeing in terms of bats out there. And that's unfortunate for the Phillies because, in my opinion, they need a right-handed outfield bat in a pretty bad way. And that's why we talked about Whit Merrifield yesterday. So the Blue Jays owner had to come out because, apparently he was like, all right, Bo Bichette and Vlad Jr. are not getting shopped. Teams are just calling me about them. So I don't know what it means for the Phillies, but they might have to get creative to get that right-handed bat if they're not going to go get a Teoscar or a Gurriel or whoever it might be. And
that's the thing. I mean, as winter meetings are getting closer and closer, you're definitely hearing more and more aggressive conversation from teams that are looking to shop and are actively looking to make trades happen in order to do that. And so, the Phillies, I know you and I, Jamie, were talking about the show. Like, it's fortunate that right now when we're talking hot stove updates, there's nothing major that's concerning or, has us nervous for the Phillies because it is still adding more pitching arms. It's adding an outfielder. It's adding someone that can give you good at-bats. But the most important piece has already been solidified with the signing of Aaron Nola. And now as we're watching other teams kind of scramble, it has you wondering, what's going to happen. But I'm excited for it because I feel like, as we've talked about, this offseason, as soon as the season was coming to an end, it was like chaos just got started right away. There was no waiting. There was no downtime. Yeah. And every day we have something new to talk about, which is wild.
Yeah. Ken Rosenthal went on to say on the Juan Soto front, I thought this was also interesting as well. Juan Soto's going to be a Yankee. I think we can just kind of stop talking about where he's going to be playing. He's going to go to the Bronx. I'm fully convinced of it at this point. Ken Rosenthal basically went on to say, yes, the Padres are going to move. Just as Jeff Passan said a couple weeks ago, they're going to move Juan Soto. The last sentence of his Soto little snippet was, the question is not whether Soto will be traded. The question is which team will acquire him. I just fully believe it's going to be the Yankees. So this is part of the other reason, aside from their broke boy finances. Rosenthal goes on to say 6 pitchers for the Padres last season who combined for nearly 700 innings. 700 innings are going to be potentially on the open market and not returning. Blake Snell, Seth Lugo, Michael Wacha, Nick Martinez, Luis Garcia, and Josh Hader all are on the open market. So Rosenthal goes on to say, not only will a Soto trade help their finances, but it could also help replace some of those innings as well as adding financial flexibility. So it's pretty much a given that Juan Soto is going to be gone. He's what, Tyler, 26, 27 maybe
He's
at this
a
point?
Great spot to move him.
You're going to have
He's 25.
25.
He's only 25.
I thought he was 26 at least.
The baby.
So this is kind of a rare situation. It's not Bryce Harper hitting free agency rare at age 25, 26, but it is an obtainable guy you can give an extension to right as he's starting his prime, which is crazy to say because he's already been tremendous. So I think it's all but over that he's a Yankee. But I thought that was an interesting little piece from Ken Rosenthal there.
Yeah, and Ken's been very busy because Ken's also following the update. Listen, everybody's been very busy following all the updates, but I know Ken Rosenthal's name was tagged to a number of updates.
He must have talked to a couple agents or
he's
GM
been out
yesterday.
there. Yeah, must have had some lunches or dinners or something. Starting with the Angels because, of course, the Angels are holding out hope that they'll be able to re-sign Shohei Ohtani. But according to Mark Feisan, who's also been very active as well, he heard the Angels are interested in Blake Snell. So there's been some reports.
They've needed pitchers for 25 years.
They've been actively tied to some interest in Blake Snell. And then Ken Rosenthal specifically when it comes to the Dodgers and Dylan Cease. The Dodgers are expected to be one of the most active teams this offseason, which we've seen so far. The Dodgers, the Yankees.
This is Mark Feisan said that?
This is Ken Rosenthal that's talking about this one.
I was going to say, he also said that.
Yeah, Ken's talking about the fact that the Dodgers have reported interest in top names, of course, like Otani Yamamoto, but more than a dozen teams have inquired about White Sox starter Dylan Cease, with the Dodgers among the most aggressive of those teams, according to Ken Rosenthal. And we know Bob Nightingale, of course, previously reported that the Dodgers are one of the teams engaged in trade talks for Cease as well. So we're continuing to hear the conversations around where they're going to go. But it seems like if I had to choose a most aggressive award right now, like top 3, it feels like it's the Dodgers, the Yankees, and I guess the Giants have now jumped themselves into a top 3 of teams that are most actively shopping and having conversations, and then making sure those conversations get leaked to Ken and Bob and John, so that the reports can come out of all they're trying to do.
Desperation's a stinky cologne, and you can kind of tell which teams are most desperate right now, and it's definitely the Giants. Seems like the Cubs are pretty desperate.
The Cubs are another one.
But the Yankees are very desperate. And, Steve Cohen and the Mets are going to be pretty desperate here. Although they will get Edwin Diaz back next year, which is pretty substantial for them.
For sure.
Dylan Cease is going to be an interesting one. The proposed Devin Williams trade we talked about the other day got people so, lathered up and irrational that somebody actually tweeted me and said Dylan Cease would be a safer play than getting Devin Williams. And I went, sir, this is a Wendy's. Let's just move on with our day here. I don't even know what to say about that. But, it is.
Please.
Yeah. So Jim Bowden, the guy we talked about yesterday, in terms of Whit Merrifield and the Phillies connection, went on to say that the Braves, who I'm always keeping that one eye on. Because,
we haven't talked as much about the Braves lately, but that makes me nervous.
I don't want to say they're desperate because they just had, an incredible season, but they clearly are looking to upgrade because they can't get past the big bad Phillies. So Jim Bowden speculates Eduardo Rodriguez and the Braves could make a lot of sense. It does seem like they want to add another pitcher. They kind of are going to have a nasty rotation next year. I hate to say it. And Iglesias, their closer, missed half the year this year. So the Braves are potentially going to be better.
They keep having,
but their offense, I don't know if will meet what it did this year. So maybe there's a slight step back. But the Braves are going to be an absolute wagon again.
Everybody that the Braves have been allegedly, reportedly interested in have been people that would make them better because they don't need much. And let's be honest, adding another pitching arm, regardless, at one point it was Sonny Gray and Aaron Nola. Now it's Eduardo. Regardless of who they add, unfortunately, you have to keep 1.5 eyes on the Braves because it's very scary that they are just minor pieces away. Ugh.
Yeah,
good Lord.
So that was a little Braves nugget from the Morning Stove.
The Braves.
And then last piece of general kind of MLB talk is tonight is the Trevor Hoffman and Mariano Rivera Awards. Last night, the comeback player of the awards were announced, and that went to Cody Bellinger, who obviously is very deserving, and Liam Hendricks, who was with that White Sox dumpster fire. Relief pitcher, beat cancer, so yay, F cancer. Great job, Liam. He's a name I'd honestly have a little bit of interest in bringing in here as just another, kind of high leverage guy. Bounced back a little bit, but he was coming off of chemo and stuff. So,
oh my gosh.
Just the fact that he was playing baseball last year was incredible, but that might be one that's a good value veteran type that you bring in. So we'll see. But the finalists for the Hoffman and Rivera Awards. Hoffman is the NL Relief Pitcher of the Year. That is between Josh Hader, Devin Williams, and David Bednar. And the Mariano Rivera Award for the AL reliever is between Emmanuel. Is it Clase?
It's Clase.
Yeah. Felix Bautista and Jordan Romano. So that'll be announced at 5 o'clock tonight.
Well, back to Hendricks, 34 years old, as you talk about, made his debut in late May 29th after getting treatment for non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Then, of course, had 5 appearances before going on the injured list with right elbow inflammation, had Tommy John surgery in August. It's been quite a year for Hendricks, but the most important battle was the one against cancer. So that made me tear up a little bit just seeing that because cool. it's well deserved. And honestly, no award can really, amount to fully the appreciation of him and his battle and what he's been going through personally. But I'm glad that the league did give him that because it's bigger than baseball.
It's one of the rare things that's like universally agreed upon, which is F cancer. Everybody hates it. Everybody can agree on that.
Yeah.
And Liam Hendricks was a pretty cool story last year.
And now, as John is mentioning, unfortunately with that Tommy John surgery, he is sidelined until late 2024 season, possibly 2025 season.
Oh, I didn't know he had Tommy John. I missed that.
In August, he had Tommy John surgery. So
it's
been
never
a
mind.
sad...
I don't really have interest then. Sorry, Liam.
Yeah. No interest, but it's a sad story. And unfortunately, 34 years old to have Tommy John surgery after already, a lot of battles. Don't know what his future holds, but most importantly, he's healthy in a good space.
Yeah. So moving on. The City Connect jerseys are going to be apparently coming out in the near future.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what the Phillies have to bring about this new City Connect jersey. Did they just straight up steal this from the NBA with the City Connect jersey?
So basically, it was 2 years ago that the league, and I had to actually double check this myself, but 2 years ago the league partnered with Nike to start unleashing the City Connect jerseys.
Marketing, make more money.
And it is all about the money because, of course, these are jerseys that are directly influenced by specific aspects of the city. They connect fans with the city, with the team. And so it slowly rolled out where this past season we had, it reached up to 20 teams that have City Connect jerseys. And of course, now that 2/3 of the league has their own City Connect jerseys, it's time for some more City Connect jerseys to come out.
So that means the Phillies have to drop one of their 4 jerseys. 5. Wait, so we have the creams, we have the pinstripes, we have the grays, we have the powder blues, and the
red.
And the red. All right, so 5 jerseys. One of them has to get dropped. We have not shared this with one another. I will start. For me, it is a simple answer, and I think some people might roast my ass here. For me, it's simple. I'm dropping the cream jersey. I do not like the cream jersey. They usually wear it with the blue hat, with the red brim, and the white P. It's fine. It's not like offensive to me. But if I have to drop one of those 5, easy for me. See ya, creams.
See ya, creams. Listen, I'm torn between actually the gray and the cream.
I love the gray. I don't know what it is about the gray.
I like the gray as a fan. Like, I think it's a cool to wear on the side, but I don't love it as a player, if that makes sense. Like, I think...
You don't think it would get you feeling...
No, something feels very blah about it. Like that's why I don't like the cream either. So either one of those can go. I love the pinstripes. I love the powder blues.
Are classic.
And I think you actually have to keep the reds because I feel like they're so classic. Like you need to have some The Phillies are red. You can't have jerseys you don't have a red jersey. That's the main color for the Phillies.
John Sequella says drop the red.
I think Tyler, actually, you wanted to drop the red if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so listen.
What was your final answer before we move to Tyler?
I said the cream and the gray.
The cream.
They both.
Well, no. You said 2. You coward. Let's get your final answer.
I'm going to go with the gray because you said the cream.
Boo.
And Dave and I are on the same page.
Boo.
Gray's got to go. It's just very blah. It's very there's no... I mean, the cream is not... I don't like that
cream
one either,
stinks.
though. But they're both similar. They're like the same to me. I think they could both go.
Tyler.
Let them both walk.
What do you got, Tyler? Which one are you dropping?
By the way, before I give you this answer, you guys, now that the way that the sun's peeking through, it looks like you've got like this angelic view to you guys right now. So to me, there are 3 jerseys that are definitive that will not go anywhere.
Yeah, powder blues.
The powder blues don't go anywhere. They're a fan favorite. The pinstripes are their home jerseys. They don't go anywhere. And the grays are their road jerseys. They don't go anywhere. This is not a conversation if you like the gray or dislike the gray. The gray is their road jersey. They'd have to make an entire change, like to make the cream their road jersey or to make a decision. So
cream is just the Sunday jersey.
It's not going anywhere. To me, the answer is the red jersey because the 3 staples don't go anywhere, and then it comes down to cream or red. And I think the cream with the blue hat holds the value for me. It's not necessarily the cream jersey. I don't like the blue hat. The blue hat is beautiful, and so for me, the red one's easy to get rid of because you're not changing your hat. You're not changing. Yeah. To me, it's the worst of the 5.
So here's my issue, though. Like, look at our PHLY Phillies logo. Red, blue, and white. Red is the main color. How do you get? You're wearing a red Phillies shirt right now. How do you get rid of?
I'm wearing this beautiful PHLY.
Like I just feel like getting rid of the red means that you're changing the.
It's because they don't sell like pinstripe shirts, and they don't sell gray shirts.
I think from a selling standpoint,
the red and the blue is the only way to sell T-shirts.
Right. I just feel like the red has.
You can get yours at the PHLYlocker.com.
The red is classic Phillies colors. Like you have to have something that still holds the Phillies colors. The cream is not. It's not white. That's why the white pinstripes work for me. I think the pinstripes look cool. They're not going anywhere. And I love the pinstripes. I love the powder blue. The powder blue is beautiful. Powder blue is
the best one.
So to me, it is the gray or the cream. And Dave was saying the same thing as you in the chat. We got two Daves in the chat. Dave Dewar, we're saying the same thing as you in the chat, Tyler, about, of course, the grays can't go anywhere because they are the standard away. And to me, either of those can go. But it also makes me nervous because what the heck is a City Connect jersey going to look like? Like the Sixers unveiled their Reading Terminal jersey.
It's going to have a Liberty Bell on it. I guarantee you.
As long as it has, if you're going to get rid of the red, then the City Connect should have something red in it, like a lot of red. And you're thinking it's going to go Liberty Bell?
Yeah.
It is the first City Connect, so it's got to be the most pressing.
Liberty Bell. Like something's going to have a Liberty Bell.
So because they are all cultural connections to the city, and this is the very first, and I'm sure we're going to have other City Connect jerseys over the years, it does have to be the one that's the most important. And obviously the Liberty Bell has been the biggest component for the Phillies.
Declaration of Independence. Maybe you could get like a old
It is
scroll.
also coming
Maybe
out.
you could put Nick Cage on there.
Oh, Lord. I don't know what else is like.
I'm excited
pressing.
to see him.
Like, there's nothing else in the city. What are you going to do? Like something Rocky or Schuylkill or
Love Park,
like Independence-ish.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. They also have words on the front.
Like you could do like a cool skyline of Independence Hall. I don't know.
That's the other part of it is like the different City Connect jerseys have specific city jargon on it, like Brew Crew or Los Dodgers or like whatever, like Space
the White
City,
Sox had
South Side, exactly.
I don't
so
know.
like, what would
do they do a South Philly shirt? Just yo cuz? I don't know. I'm excited to see it though, and apparently, according to some rumors, it should be coming out in the next. I would imagine they would want them out before Christmas, right? Like, I would think that would make sense from a marketing standpoint. Okay,
Cincy has if you got like Cincy, you can go maybe just Philly, or is it Phila? Everybody
the
has
Reds
Phila.
should just do a chili bowl for Ben's Chili, or no, Skyline Chili. Ben's is DC.
I don't want to do Phila because I can't stand when people shorten Philly to
They should go PHLY.
I think it should be done. Sold.
There you go.
Say less. I think it should be Philly with a cool font.
It should be a construction crew on 95.
Oh,
Johnson
my Lord. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that because that's so Philly of us.
Could you do something Fanatic related? Is that
that's
City
not like
Connect?
City Connect. That's Philly's. It has to be something like Philadelphia specific.
A pothole? We could do a pothole theme?
John's?
Scrapple?
What if it just says John's on the front?
John.
I hate John's, but everybody outside of Philly loves talking about John's.
Lisa makes a good point.
Jim actually said John in the chat also.
Yeah,
it just
Lisa
said like Philly John's.
The Liberty Bell goes along with Ring the Bell. I think that's probably the easiest connection there for the City Connect.
Ring the bell, ring the bell.
Oh, no. We're not getting started there.
Ring the bell.
So anyway, interesting.
I'm not allowed to sing it anymore, but there's been some pretty interesting response in the chat.
Slap from
Lord.
King Krabs.
The South Philly shirt is just a wife beater with tomato paste stain. There you go, guys. There you go. Thank you, John. I actually could, if they do something, I promise you, if they do something like Philly John's, I am not coming on this show ever again.
I don't think they will.
I don't know what that would do for the the shirt, but
yeah, no, I think
like I'm protesting essentially. I'm not on the show because I'm gonna be down there protesting. That'd be ridiculous.
Be a little tone deaf, yeah.
That'd be very much tone deaf.
Yeah, maybe just Wooder or Crowns or Bura. I don't know.
I'm interested to see it because
it should be cool.
It should just be a Liberty Bell. It should be like Philly with like the Liberty Bell kind of over. Maybe it's on the sleeve or over top of the words or something. Like I think you keep it simple.
Hat is a Liberty Bell.
Oh yeah, I think that would be cool.
Tie in maybe with a P on the side or something like that.
Yeah, I just think please just keep it simple. Don't do something.
I think the Independence Hall like skyline silhouette would
be cool.
Pretty badass on a hat.
Like,
maybe I'll tell Eric about that and we just make our own.
Yeah, let's just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
The PHLY City Connect jerseys.
Yeah. We'll get that going.
And we won't charge you like $7,000 like the league is going
we're very
to.
affordable.
Oh, gosh. David's saying, please do not be royal blue. Oh.
No.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that would be
There's
ugly.
nothing
Wah. Maybe just the goose. Maybe they just do the goose. That would be pretty funny.
Ben Franklin's face, which, I mean, you can definitely do some Ben Franklin
naked.
Types of
He
stuff.
was a big air dryer and he would go up to the roof and naked sunbathe. You could do like Ben Franklin, like naked on a roof with one of those like
spread eagle.
Yeah, one of those reflective.
Ew.
Have some fun with it, Phillies.
No, don't have that kind of fun. Let's keep it simple. But you know what? Regardless of what they drop, we do know that FOCO is going to have all the new City Connect jerseys for you, because over at FOCO, you can buy whatever merch you want, rep our teams, rep your favorite players and teams, and you can use the code PHLY10 to get 10% off of your purchase, because at FOCO, they have all the newest merchandise for you. They've always got us covered here in Philly. They've got you covered as well. Bobbleheads, toys, collectibles, City Connect jerseys, City Edition, overalls, hats, slippers, sunglasses. FOCO's got it all. So again, head over to FOCO, use code PHLY10, get 10% off, because we will be staying closely tied to what the City Connect jerseys are going to be, and very interested to see how they launch and what they look like. So independent tall. Yeah, listen,
I think that'd be cool.
Independent tall would be cool.
Yeah.
It's got to be something that looks normal, that's like easy to recognize, and that is a big Philly
PPA
cultural
ticket
thing.
writer.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, that would be bad.
So there was a little piece of Andre Dawson news and a little bit of buyer's remorse contracts where a Phillies contract was named. We'll get to that tomorrow because, time is winding down. We have a sicko trade still to get to. We have a Guess That Ballpark, which I really love enjoying you squirm a little bit. And I do want to touch on this before we get to that.
And then I have some positive news after.
Okay, great. I love positive news. The story, we just want to hit on this real quick, if you hadn't seen it yet, about Sports Illustrated. Now, this hurts my soul because as a kid, my grandmom used to get me SI for Kids every Christmas as one of her gifts.
I used to get those.
And I absolutely loved SI. I started on the Kids, and then as I became an adult, I still get magazines.
Of course you do.
Because
I'm not going down that rabbit hole with you.
I still have a little bit of that old soul left in me, and I still loved getting Sports Illustrateds.
That's cute.
Now they've cut it down from once a week to once a month, and I don't currently have my subscription anymore. But they got busted the other day. They have been publishing stories written by artificial intelligence and attributing them to writers that don't exist.
Oof.
The profiles for fake authors used AI-generated headshots and made-up bios. When they were confronted about it, the content was then all deleted. This is terrifying. AI has always bugged me out, and there's some real scary stuff happening. There's some amazing stuff happening with it, but there's also a real slippery slope because it's ungoverned and kind of the Wild West, and you can do some horrifying things with AI. The fact that a company that I loved and respected my whole life went down this road for the sake of saving money or whatever it may have been, it makes my sports soul cry a little bit. So those are my thoughts on it. I just think this AI thing is more horrifying than it is good.
Well, listen, it's as horrifying as King Crab's question in the chat, which had me like, what? But honestly, AI, what I think annoys me the most about AI and all the technology changes is we used to watch movies like iRobot and Eagle Eye and stuff and think like, oh, robots taking over.
Terminator. Has anybody seen it?
The Jetsons. Let's go back even further. The Jetsons.
I think the Jetsons
we used to
actually
predicted stuff.
Now.
Yes, and what they predicted,
like 4 or 5 or something.
Some of the things that they've predicted are actually around now.
Well, The Simpsons is the greatest predictor of.
Oh, it's wild. But like now we are actively moving into exactly what those movies predict. And I always believe there's some truth behind those movies. Don't get me wrong. but it definitely makes it like, okay, wait a minute. Why would we have all these robots and AI and things that are taking over? Because it does take away from the human element. Yeah. And to now know that there are jobs that are being pretended and fake jobs that are being held by an AI that's really behind the scenes, you know, fake picture, fake names, fake pieces. It's terrifying because you just don't know what's real and what's fake. And I know I even saw on Twitter the other day, it was Scarlett Johansson's birthday, and somebody tweeted something out like "Happy 39th birthday to Scarlett Johansson."
Ooh, ScarJo,
and it was, I know she's beautiful.
She's one of my faves.
But it was an AI generated picture of her, and then it actually had a disclaimer like, "This is an AI generated picture. This is not the real image."
So
like
creepy.
That's where we are now, and everything from your phone to any technology, they always have these like alternatives of like, would you like to use AI? Use AI for this?
No.
Would you like? I'm like, no, because what is the point if we already are lazy as a society, and now we're gonna have AI out here. You can actually, full disclaimer, my Twitter picture and my Instagram picture are AI generated pictures. They are. So as I'm complaining about it, I wanted people doing it.
Wait, what?
Yes, you're gonna go look now. That's not me. People think that's me. I had somebody saying like, oh, you're in a pink blazer and a whatever, and I'm like, that's not even me. My Twitter picture is an AI. That's not me. They took my picture and made an AI version because I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. And then I got lazy and posted it as my headshot. But people think that's really, like, I didn't take that picture. I don't even own that outfit. I mean, I own a similar one. That's not me. Instagram's the same thing. I know you're so perplexed. I know. But that's the thing.
Wait, hold up. What?
Yeah, what?
There is an app where you can upload pictures of yourself, and they will create AI pictures, and it could be anything from headshots to beach shots to casual wear. And so I was messing around with it because somebody sent it to me, and I did it. And I didn't take that picture. That is an AI generated picture from my pictures.
That's so weird.
That's not me. That's fake.
So weird.
That's fake Renee. Bam.
Weird. And you don't feel weird about that?
I did it first, and then I was like, people don't. Well, okay. The only reason I did it.
What do you think they're doing with your real photo? Like that's the thing where I'm like, and not to say Facebook and Instagram and like Twitter and all these.
So here's my thing for Twitter and Instagram is purely out of being lazy because I needed to update my profile picture, and I was like, let me just go with it. I needed something generic. And so I actually was like, let me just go with that because it's so small. Like nobody actively, in my opinion, maybe they do. They're not clicking it. They don't really know. It's just a small little thumbnail on your phone.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know.
It's fine. But yeah, you can literally get anything AI generated. And all it essentially does is it kind of like airbrushes you and it makes you look prettier and more handsome. And it gives you, like it gave me abs. It gave me more curves and stuff in some of the pictures. Like I didn't use those, but I was like, wow, I don't look that way. Yeah. So it's wild that AI is now also taking jobs. But that's what a lot of the writer's strike was about. That just was finally finished for the actors and writers strike was because they had AI taking jobs.
Tom Hanks, I know, is like very much on because like some ad used his AI image and likeness. And he basically was like, I have nothing to do with this company. And like they were trying to they're trying to govern it. I just say kill all the robots.
A lot of TV shows and movies use AI extras. Did you know that?
That's horrible.
Instead of actually paying for extras, there's like I love watching those like anything like conspiracy theory behind the scenes, whatever. And I was watching these videos and it was like pointing out how it was like AI generated people. And when you look, when they have those big crowds at the high school gym or whatever, a lot of those people are fake.
Creepy.
And it's like just AI people that are just sitting there fake clapping.
Weird.
That's where we are.
AI. Shame
I know,
on
and
you.
I use it myself, to be honest.
Yeah. So weird story there. A couple other things we'll get to tomorrow, but we got to get to a sicko trade.
Wait, I didn't give my good news. It's super quick, and then we'll move on because I don't want to share this tomorrow.
I like good news. Hit us with some good news.
Yeah, let me go with some positive news because
I'm trying to wrap up for your benefit, Renee.
I know. It's already 10:54. Holy smokes. Okay, so
you're the only one that has to leave.
I can go
because
12.
we go long. No, we go longer than an hour every single day.
Yeah.
Because that's just how we roll.
About
so
like AI or whatever.
On the positive side, there are still human elements that are happening out here.
I wish MB
Now
did.
we're really going down the rabbit hole in the chat. So there are some positives that humans are still doing good out in the world. And so the Philadelphia Phillies nonprofit sector, their Phillies Charities Incorporated, which is a charitable arm of the team, announced its 2023 Community Heroes in honor of Giving Tuesday. Nice. And they celebrated that their organization is awarding $2.1 million in grants to help other organizations in the area be able to continue their work.
Good stuff, Phillies.
They provided grants of $35,000 to 37 different charitable organizations in Pennsylvania, Jersey, or Delaware. And it's different organizations such as ALS United Mid-Atlantic, the Bethesda Project, Clearwater for Youth, the Police Athletic League,
PAL.
the Richie, yes, PAL. I used to play PAL basketball back in the
never
day.
got invited to the PAL games. And I was salty
I'm not going
about
down
it.
this rabbit hole with you, Jamie.
I was salty about it.
They also provided for the Richie Ashford, Harry Collis Foundation, the Strawberry Mansion Learning Center, a whole list of 37 various charitable organizations in the area that are going to be getting $35,000 grants from Phillies Incorporated.
All right, good stuff,
so congratulations to those
the
groups, and shout out to the Phillies Charities Incorporated for making those opportunities happen. All right, that was it for my good news. It was not a personal. Oh yeah, I have a fake photo shoot to get to.
Little golf clap for the Phillies.
Now you guys are questioning
charitable efforts.
Yeah, we like charity.
From
we like
charitable
charity.
efforts to sicko trade mode.
Sounds about right.
Tyler,
Hi.
You're probably not going to go as sick as you did 2 days ago.
Not quite.
Oh, you're still.
We're gonna throttle
Guys,
that back for a
everybody
little
send
bit.
some virtual love and hugs to Tyler because it's got him questioning his sicko trades, and we love the sicko trades.
That doesn't mean sicko trades are going to stop. What do you got
Tyler's
for us
trade
today?
talk. Drop it.
Sometimes I don't know how you guys feel about it, but sometimes a change of scenery for a player can be a good thing. And I think that for both of these players, this is a one-for-one
I thought
swap.
Jalen Rager was one of those guys, but it turns out he just
Clearly
sucks.
he just can't play football.
Another prospect that did not pan out well.
But I think a lot of times that you get a change of scenery, and sometimes it's for the best. And I think both of these guys could do with it because respectively, the guy that the Phillies are about to acquire in this hypothetical trade had a really good rookie season 2 years ago and has kind of fallen off the grid a little bit and has fallen out of the depth chart with his team. The other one that the Phillies are sending was part of the World Series bullpen last year, and then really didn't have an opportunity to throw a lot of major league innings. So I think a change of scenery for both of these guys would be fairly strong, and I think that it's a trade that's not overwhelming by any means, but I think if the Phillies can acquire a bench bat that is an upgrade over Jake Cave, and I think it is in this case, and they're giving up a guy who at this point is right now a minor league, he is a minor league pitcher, I mean, with major league upside. But in this case, I think that and that shouldn't say the Pirates, that should say the Tigers. It's bad work by me. But in this case, the Tigers get a bullpen arm to compete with what's becoming a really good back end of the bullpen. And Akil Baddoo gets a change of scenery and could be a platoon piece in the Phillies outfield.
Yeah, so he's primarily played left field throughout his career. He is a left-handed bat, which the Phillies do have a plethora of. I have no qualms with losing Bilotti.
Yeah, so for those in the chat, those on podcast platforms that are listening in, it's Akil Baddoo would be joining us here in Philly with the Phillies, and then we'd be sending Bilotti to Detroit.
I really want a right-handed bat, so I think I'm out on this. I think I'd rather have Bilotti, but if they did it, I'd be like, okay, cool. Another bench piece / platoon piece. Little bit of pop, not much. In 357 plate appearances last year, he hit 11 home runs. His first year up, in 461 plate appearances, hit 13 home runs, and then only got 225 plate appearances his second year and hit 2 home runs. Doesn't do a whole lot for me. I would probably pass and keep Bilotti. What do you say?
I don't know.
It's a cool name. It's a real cool name. I'd like to hear Philadelphians butcher the pronunciation. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm all for every once in a while a change of scenery. I like that point that you're making there, Tyler, of like, hey, you can get another possible steady at bat. He can be a fill-in piece. Maybe. I don't know. Yesterday I said maybe. Today I'm kind of on the maybe track as well. Like, I don't know. If I would say sure. Why not? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're not.
I don't know. Like it's like yesterday's trade where it's not something where it's going to fully, in my opinion, make or break either way. But I do think why not take a chance? He's young. He's only been, 3 seasons in. This is season 4 for him in the majors.
I think Rob Thompson has shown a fondness for Bilotti, at least early in the year when he was pitching a lot. So, it's fine. MBD says, I dig the thought process.
Yeah.
A couple people, Tyler, are asking for the sickoest of moves, and that would be your Mookie trade proposal.
Yeah, no.
Well, the Dodgers won't be moving him, so
and here's the thing with the move that I think that Detroit may consider, because John Sequel is saying thinks Detroit says no. The reason that I think that this move might make sense for Detroit is because Bilotti's contract is actually favorable to Badu's. Badu is on year 2, I believe, of arbitration, and is scheduled to make about $1.5 million this upcoming season.
Well, that's good.
Bilotti's still pre-arbitration, and is, I think, scheduled to make somewhere in the $800,000 range. So if they're looking for and remember, like, Bilotti was good 2 years ago. His strikeout numbers were up.
Yeah, I think Rob Thompson likes him.
A major part of I shouldn't say major, but a key cog to the World Series bullpen. The strikeout numbers went down this year, and I think the whip went up in a smaller sample size. I don't want to just sit here and say Bilotti stinks and he's cooked.
I don't think he stinks.
I'm wondering if closing in on now 33, it's starting to take the step backwards.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
King Krabs and John Sequella say throw in some cash considerations or Jake Cave, and I'll drive him to Michigan and pick him up.
I also don't mind the idea of you're getting a 25-year-old Badu who can just fill in some, fill in some pieces. He wouldn't be a main. You don't need him to come and be a big role, but. Sure. That's why I say sure. I don't say like hell yeah, but I'll give it a solid sure. And with that though, before we move along, there are some decisions you can make that you never have to question. Always good for you and always will help make you feel fantastic. And that's over at Hero Bread, of course, because at Hero Bread, they have options for soft, fluffy, delicious bread, high fiber, ultra low net carbs, 0 gram sugar per slice. And when you purchase any of their bread, rolls, tortillas, sliced breads, whatever it is you're buying from hero.co. Use that code PHLY to be able to get 10% off of your purchase. And at Hero Bread, they have options that cover the full gamut, all the juice and tomatoes that they've got covered. And for Hero Bread, they have everything that you need to fit your lifestyle, regardless of your allergies. If you're on a diet, anything else, you can head over to Hero Bread and be able to shop where they've got fewer calories than the leading national brand at hero.co or Amazon. Use that code PHLY, get 10% off. Eat right, eat healthy, and it tastes delicious while you are eating it. Well, guys, I know we have...
you ready?
I do, but I have to just say something.
You won yesterday. You should be feeling good.
I have to just say something really quickly because it's starting already.
What?
So, as you guys know, I have to leave because it might be AI. It is probably AI. I don't think it's a real person. I have to leave because I have to go get my car worked on. So I just got a call from the dealer and I sent in the voicemail and I'm looking at it. I shouldn't have looked at it. What they said. Do you know these jerks have the nerve to say this is blank with blank dealership? I see that you have a service appointment with us today. My used car manager is very, in all caps, interested in your car, and you could have some equity. Do you want to hear our offer about an upgrade while you wait? So it begins. I'm not even there yet, and they're already trying to force me to pay more money. I'm not coming in there to trade my car in.
They could be offering you above market money for your used car if they want to get you a new car.
As we're talking trade deals,
but
I just bought my car in 2022. Oh. It's not even 2 years old yet.
Well, yeah, but the used car market is so wild these days.
Listen, it might be worth
more now than it was a year ago. But then you're probably going to get hit with higher rates.
Thanks, Dad.
No.
I'm just like,
don't listen to that, Renee. We're going to go listen to AC/DC and chew some bubble gum in the corner and get you hyped up.
Now here we are with them. Like, I'm not even there yet. I'm physically not even there yet. I didn't even drop my car off yet. And you're already trying to pitch me on an idea to make me. And I traded one of my previous cars in. I did do that years ago, and it was a cool deal, but I don't know that I would do it again. I like my baby.
So stay strong,
that being
Renee.
Said, gosh, guys, I'm nervous. Make sure you're sending some strong thoughts my way. But I'm also nervous because it is time for Guess That Ballpark.
You won yesterday.
Didn't I say 11:03 we'd be starting? Here we are.
You're pretty spot on.
I'm super accurate, which means I'm probably going to win today.
All right, Tyler, what do you got for us in Guess
Oh, shucks.
That Ball?
Okay.
That little note.
It looks like a slice of pizza.
Remember, Renee, you got to get out of here, so we got to do this quickly.
We're going to have a real timer on you. I always look at the one thing in the ballpark, and then I like hyper focus on it. It's that little dip in left center field. Has Minute Maid Park been...
Oh, we did that.
I do believe we've used Minute Maid.
You need a list, Jamie.
I do. Do you have
God, I do have the list.
Well, share it with me.
Well, it's okay.
There's only so much hoarding of cheating material you can keep from me.
We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, 13.
So we're almost officially halfway through.
Yeah, we've done 13. Holy moly. Oh, man.
I might have to run back my guess from yesterday.
I actually think it's Angel. Because we haven't done that one yet.
Is that a new team?
No.
Angels.
I don't want to complete. I don't want you thinking I'm locking anything in yet. But right now, I'm feeling like we're in LA.
I think Chris. All right, this is where I'm running back my answer from yesterday.
What did you say
yesterday?
Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Because I think Chris is going to try and play some mental games with me and hit it right back. There is that little alcove in left center there.
So yesterday we did Dodger Stadium. I feel like, but he has said he's not going to do back-to-back, like similar areas or whatever. But that doesn't. Oh, we didn't do the White Sox. No, that's not the White Sox. Oh.
I'm running it back.
Oh, it kind of. No, it's not the White
Great
Sox.
American locked in.
Great American Park.
Is that
I'm
gonna
be right one
every
of these
day?
days.
Oh my Lanta.
I'm gonna be right one of these days.
Goodness.
Somebody in the chat said T-Mobile. Have we done Seattle? I think we did.
We have done Seattle.
We did T-Mobile already.
Yeah, Great American Ballpark. Final
Oriole.
answer. Camden Yards.
We
All
did
right,
not
Renee,
do the Orioles.
For your own sake and your appointment,
no,
I am going to start.
Be late.
Siri, start the 1
minute.
minute.
This is more important than my
timer.
car getting worked on.
They're trying to get you in
That's
a new
highly
car.
debatable.
1 minute. Countdown has begun.
Okay, wait. I've got this. We did Progressive Field already.
I think Chris is going to troll me and go Great American today.
Wait, didn't we do Progressive Field already? Why did I not write that down? Did we do Progressive, Tyler?
She's doubting herself.
Tyler,
Maybe.
answer me.
40 seconds.
Wait, have we done that already?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I said maybe. I really have
Crap.
no.
I think we did. I'm going to write it down.
Ooh,
okay.
A lot of people seem to think Miami because of that.
Oh, I didn't even look
dolphin.
at Miami yet.
That could be fair. It could be Great American Ballpark.
Oh, no.
We'll find out soon enough.
Okay.
Could be the vet. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Connie Mack Stadium. Shire
right.
Park.
It kind of looks like Oriole Park, but it kind of looks like Angel.
Well, you have 10
Stadium.
seconds. 10 seconds. Final answer is needed. I'm doing this for your sake, Renee. 5.
I'm going to.
4.
Fudge.
3.
I don't know.
2.
That's my wake up alarm, and it's so triggering.
I know.
I just jumped out of my skin.
All right, what do you got?
I'm going to go. Final answer. I'm going to go.
I'm going to stall.
I'm going to guess that this ballpark for today on this Wednesday, November 29th.
Miami is
the correct answer. Gosh, everybody say Miami. I haven't even looked at Miami.
This is great stalling by you.
Yeah, come on, give us an answer. This is ridiculous at this point.
Oh no!
Just say it. You're already winning.
Oh gosh! All right, I want to say Miami, but I'm gonna go Angels. But I think it's Miami. Oh,
all
no,
right,
it's
so
Miami.
we're locking in Angel Stadium and Great American Ballpark.
Great American Ballpark.
No, it's Miami.
It's Miami.
I should have did it, but I don't want to be a crowd chaser. Like I don't want to just go with the crowd's going with.
John and Spiral Outcast Wells Fargo.
No, I think the first one to get it was King Krabs.
King Krabs with the Miami. He said that stupid dolphin. That might be the place where that is. Well, Renee, you should have followed the chat today.
But I don't want to be a follower. I'm a leader.
Subaru Park.
Baker Bowl.
Yeah.
Listen,
but good job by the chat today.
You guys are
Hats
always
off.
better than us because collectively you guys always get the answer right.
I stink.
Dang.
I thought I was once going to get like 10 or 11 of these.
You did.
Um,
Jamie came in that's predicting he was going to get 10 right this year.
Yeah, because I didn't think I would miss like Dodger Stadium and Fenway.
In your defense,
and
though,
Citizens
you still
Bank
have
Park.
time. Today was.
I don't like my odds. If I get above 5, I'll be pretty happy. Let's just say that. So that's it for us today. Renee has to go meet her maker over at the car dealership and see what. Yes. Well, your car maker.
That sounded awful.
Well, you're not going to go die at the car dealership.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
They're just going to try to get into your wallet. That's all.
Jeez Louise, Jamie.
I didn't mean it to sound that dark. I just meant
I'm scared to go drive
they're just trying
anywhere.
to get in your purse. That's all. So good luck. Stay strong.
Thanks, guys.
For Renee,
fingers crossed.
Washington.
Tomorrow.
For Tyler Zulli, John Foley, our new Phillies beat writer, is going to be with us in studio this upcoming Friday, so that'll be exciting. And hopefully we'll be able to announce some more exciting news regarding John and the winter meetings for you. But for everybody in the chat today, we appreciate and love all of you. Hope everybody stays warm if you're in the Delaware Valley on this frigid Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow at our more regular time at 11:30 tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow. We will see you then. Thank you to everybody. Have a great rest of the Wednesday. See ya.
We all silly like the mayor.